as usual, I just jump in here without writing something down and try to make some intelligent statement. Today is a little cold out there, not as cold as usual, maybe 9 centigrade. Yeah, Monday in Vrindavan. So what I wanted to talk about is actually the most important thing is the wobbling of the sound of Brahma and the tinkling of the bells of Radha. That's the most important thing. But let's see how we get to there, you know. These points are most scientific. Okay, so now we have a brain. Sometimes we use it. Yeah, we have a brain, and it has some detection, but it has some trouble to detect some things too. And we also have another. The vagus nerve is like a brain that runs from the belly button all the way up. Now, it is more in connection with your outer body, the peripheral body. It's more in connection. It understands more what's outside your body than this. This detects smelling, tasting, seeing, hearing. It detects somewhat. But this outside is detecting even more. Okay? But generally, we haven't trained our body right. So right back here, where the amygdala, it's the amygdala gland. It's a gland that's almost like a thief because your new neurons are coming up, especially in the morning, right when you wake up, and leave a time after you wake up not to take any food. You can drink water and put some pink salt in your water or something like that. Doesn't disrupt it. But your fasting window should go a little bit because you want to inspire the hippocampus to make new neurons, the plasticity of the neurons. We want one that has, I don't know why they say plastic, but you know, better word than that. But plasticity just means it can incorporate new ideas. So you want these new neurons, even if you're old, you want new neurons to come in. Don't worry. Sometimes we've lost electricity for 14 hours. I'll see you in a minute. No. So now, if I don't make an effort to calm down my amygdala is like a horseshoe magnet. Think of it. Neurons are electrical. They have electrical charge on them, positive, negative, whatever, but they have it on them. So that neurons are going through like a horseshoe shaped. They give it that shape because that's how it acts. Okay, so as the neurons are going, they're attracted either to one side of the amygdala or to the other side of the amygdala. Okay, so now the one side of the amygdala is flight. In other words, fear and run away, flight. And the other side of the amygdala is fighting. So it's given a masculine, feminine way of dealing with things. Just for the fact that it's all electrical charge. The problem with this is there is no cells. There are no building of cells like the building of the hormones. There's no. It is before that system. The endocrine system, it is before that. And it's like jumping over it. It's not supposed to, but it's jumping over it. But it's necessary in an emergency. If I have an emergency and I don't really have the strength, and all of a sudden I find the strength to do something just to save my life, that is fight. I do something and I need strength, and electrical charge comes. Not any hormonal activity, but an electrical charge. So what happens with this electrical charge, it can be captured by the muscle and not let go. Because it has no real... I've seen so many times, people here, they have these water swamp coolers, as they're called. And sometimes they're steel. And the electrical connection hits the steel, and then the person touches it, and they lose all the ability to use a muscle because the electricity hit. Well, this is the same way with the amygdala. It wants to give you strength, a very quick strength, but without any intellectual thinking of or anything. Just hit it, and it can do damage to your muscle. So the amygdala is good to have it there for emergencies, but it's also better to calm it down when not necessary. So the amygdala is overactive, especially with people who do not do things to calm it down. So this goes now only detecting the inside. The amygdala is only detecting the inside, only calculating the inside and not the outside. So let's give an example of why this is dangerous. It's dangerous. If your body temperature, say 98 Fahrenheit or 37 centigrade, if that temperature difference of the outside body and the inside body is too much, then you have a possibility of death. Or just that. So we have 98. And if you go down to 54, or you have 37 degrees centigrade, and you go down to 12, same. Just that small change, just that little gap between the two can provoke death. And it's not even that cold. 54 degrees or 12 degrees centigrade is not that cold, but it can provoke. So how do we get a coordination between this outer body and the inner mind? The outer mind, the inner mind. The coordination is done by tricking the amygdala. It's not difficult to trick the amygdala. A powerful one is dancing. You dance. I'm not a dancer, but you dance, you change places. The amygdala doesn't like that. If you look right, look left, the amygdala does not like that. So any emotions like this, the amygdala doesn't like it, doesn't know what to do. Because it has no thought pattern. It's just shock positive or shock negative. Shock positive or shock negative. That's it. That's it. No more than that. Shock, shock. You know? It doesn't have any consequences. You know? No feedback from what it has done. Nothing like that. But if you let that amygdala take over your body and not give some time when you make an effort to open up the vagus nerve, then you're looking for trouble. Your calculations will not be right. The confusion will be there. Am I male? Am I female? Sorry, but that's as far as it can go, you know. That's as far as it can go, but it's happening because of that. Charge. It's charged. On my mobile's charged, this thing's charged, everything's charged. Okay. So now we've gone through that. So I want to concentrate on something that is beautiful, it's swinging, it's incredible. You know, so I want to bring it to the attention of my whole body. I want to get coordination between the inside and the outside and take benefit of all of it. Humming. Yeah, humming. There is a yogic stance called Brahmani. Under the lip, over the lip, on the nose, on the eye, and then into the ear, and hum. But hum, om, or you can hum anything, but hum and try to get it to the right at the tip of the nose. So, why all the way here? Because that real that real deep sound. That real deep sound, what it does, you blow out and you are making what is nitric oxide. And then immediately pull in and hold. That nitric oxide lasts only 3 seconds or 4 seconds at the most, but when you can get it and pull it right down to the bottom of your stomach, right? You just want to get it as far down in as you can. Hold as much as you want. I can hold for about a minute around that time. That will help connect. That is helping connect. Why? Because it's taking the outside air, it's putting it down there, and your stomach's reading it. Oh, the outside air is such and such a temperature. Now I have to put the furnace on. So you've just ignited the furnace just by breathing. Just by breathing, you've ignited the furnace. And I can definitely tell you, if you do a fast one of breathing in, it makes you almost sweat on your stomach. It can give you that much energy back in. And we're missing it. Missing it for digesting our food, missing it for keeping our cells calm and warm and this and that. You know, it helps a lot. Just a small thing like that. 1 second. Excuse me. Yeah. This is the typical one. Yes. Real. Not a beautiful copy, but this is the real. this is known to bring out bad things. This is known, this is what Krishna and them blew before the Battle of Kurukshetra. There's so many reasons why, but this will pull out contaminations. And also it clears the air. Let's see. That pulls out a lot. So much of a benefit. And the vagus nerve just is so calm. Tvam parasagrato vishnavirikade manita devasya panchajanya namostute. Kaba devali nalilam vilayantri sahasada davanane patale panchajanya namostute. Panchajanya. Yeah. And who's Panchajanya? It's Radharani's brother took the birth. Okay, so it can be thought of like that. Yeah. Subal. Yeah. So now we got. But Rupa Goswami and others too, they use the swan in so many verses and so much poetry. Lalita Madhavam has a story of how a swan passed over Rukmini's lake and dropped a flower garland of certain lotuses. And those lotuses were identified as being from a certain forest. But the forest was in the Vrindavan area. So, of course, Rukmini, when she saw that flower garland, she wondered, oh, please, Krishna, do something to get these flowers for me. They're special. So, of course, Krishna, and I'm pretty sure Arjuna went too, and they went to this forest near Vrindavan, and there was this lake. And as they were standing there at the lake, 2 swans fly over, and 2 eagles come to do something, to eat them, Of course, they quickly took action, and that's it. The swans were saved. So much really mysterious things Rupa Goswami is doing. Well, now, it turns out that there was a girl doing austerities in that lake right there. And she was coming out to grow her fruits. And her fruits were out there. And the swans would eat the fruits too. So, that was Vishaka. That was Vishaka during the time of Dwarka. She had come there. And she had taken shelter in that lake. She's Yamuna Devi, the daughter of the sun god, Surya. We got so many gods. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. So now, Vishaka is in that lake doing austerities. And now, the swans are identifying, oh, there is something important here. Well, Krishna does take her back with him to Dwarka. And later on, he lets Satyabhama see Vishaka. There's a mystery on that. Because Surya told Vishaka, you cannot ever see Radharani again until the Shaimantaka jewel is put around her. So now Vishaka could go to Dwarka, but until she was given the Shaimantaka jewel, then no. she could not be reunited with her. So swans have they're used to present so many things. Like Rupa Goswami in his poem, he Utkalika Valari, he says that my ears, they're deaf, and I want to hear the bells, the ankle bells of Radharani, which are defeating the sound of the wobbling of the swan of Brahma. But what is that sound? So you can go into the internet, and I'll try to put the link on it. There's only one time somebody captured that sound that I could find. But that sound is a very high-pitched sound. This is a very low-pitched sound. This is hitting around 300 hertz, which is the lower part, the last chakra. The last chakra. So you want to vibrate that last chakra because it'll automatically vibrate the other ones. But the wobbling of a swan in love is very high pitched. The whole throat, it goes up the whole throat. And then you can hear it come out. It's like, again, this is like humming through the nose, but at a very high pitch. So a very low pitch helps us coordinate our outside body, our peripheral body, with our core body so that we work better. We work in a friendly way. And a very high pitch can help one elevate one's mind. You get your whole vagus nerve in action, and then you just bring up a very high pitched tone. I mean, I could try, but I'd never hit it. Very high pitched, you know. You can get the idea. Because it'll hit the upper chakras and help them be elevated. Well, here, in just a quick manner, so much science in the books that the Goswamis wrote. There's so much science. There's so much science in the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's just full of science. It's healthy. It helps us be humans. Humans should dance. Humans should sing. Humans should laugh. You have to. That's what human life is, you know. The other life is very mechanical. It's like, to say what I feel, my outside body, I have more identification with it than my inside body. I don't know what my stomach's doing, and I don't really want to know, but just when I'm hungry. Okay, now, I want to have more contact with my inside, excuse me, my heart, but I want to have more contact with my heart. Okay, that's right, but I want to do this by contacting my whole outside, by opening up the vagus nerve, by coming in contact with the vagus nerve. If it hurts right here, the sternum, just like you go two bones right in between there. If it hurts right there, too much anger, too much fear, that's because your soul sits there. The thymus sits there. It sits in the region of the heart, but it isn't in the heart. The soul is here. It's protected. It's like, you look at the the ribs. If you just looked at the ribs and that bone right there, you would think it was a Wi-Fi tower, you know, one of the towers out there, because that's how it's made. It's like made like this, and then it's all connected right here. So it's made like that. It's a very important spot, you know. So, all these things are beautiful. Yeah, all these things are beautiful. You could talk about it for a long time. But usually people don't have the ability to um, uh, stay and watch. So we want to give some time to the high pitch. We can do low pitch, and I can guarantee you that if I feel a sore throat or anything like that, I will definitely hum real low and pull that air all the way down into my stomach. And many times I don't even have to take medicine or anything. It'll just help me because it wakes it up. Many sicknesses are from imbalance of inner and outer bodies. But I want to take a loving embrace of my outside body. My inside body, it can work, and it's very good at working time schedules. So I want that time schedule to be a human time schedule. A human time schedule isn't a 1 minute, 2 minutes. It is a period of time. And one period of time, slowly, it doesn't abruptly lead into the next. Slowly, it goes into the next period of time. And the period of time is coordinated, well, of course, with our Earth, where we live. It's coordinated with the universe where they live, you know. But our period is designated as muhurta. Real quick, there's 30 muhurtas, 15 for daytime, 15 for nighttime. At different parts of the earth, this is the beauty of it. At different parts of the earth, at the winter time, the 15 daytime becomes smaller. And the 15 nighttime become larger. Near the equator, they're always the same, which is 48. So here at the latitude of 27, it can get down to about, I've seen it down to about 41. 41 is just about the biggest change from 48 to 41, 7 minute change there. So those muhurtas, they control so much. And if you become more and more aware of them, and you try to put them in your practice of sleeping, of eating, they're amazing. They are amazing. The one that amazes me the most is the Surya Muhurta, which is identified as about the 3 muhurtas before sunrise. 3 muhurtas before sunrise. You've got a muhurta of all the 30 muhurtas, the Surya Muhurta is that muhurta. It was given that name because it is controlled by Surya. Now, he ain't around, he ain't come up or anything. How is he doing it? The sun, this gives an insight that perhaps the earth is flat. I don't get into it so much, but perhaps the earth is flat. And there is a control of air. There's so many different types of air. So this air that is produced by Surya, and it's his name, and is known as Surya air. That air comes into your body 3 muhurtas before sunrise. It makes your body produce cortisol. That wakes you up. It can change sugar. So you get an alarm clock. This is about 3:30 in the morning. So you get an alarm clock to get ready for Brahma Muhurta, which is coming in, 48 minutes afterwards. Or right now, here, it's coming 55 minutes. Each muhurta is about 50. The night muhurtas are 55 minutes long at this time. So it's just amazing. Nature wants you to wake up. Difficult, I understand. But it just shows how much nature's in control. And I can make an effort to sleep during the day. And I do. I make an effort to sleep during the day. But daytime sleeping, your inside body knows that the sun's up. So it does what is called rapid eye movement. Means your eyes are moving. REM, rapid eye movement. You can't go to sleep and reach the spot of delta or deep sleep or anything like that to really refresh the mind. You can't do it. Because even if you close your eyes, even if you're in a dark room, even this, that, and the other, it won't allow you. Rapid eye movement. It's almost like your inside brain's looking for the sun, but you've done something to shut the sun off, and it wants to see why. Where's that sun? Where's that sun? And why is it shut off? It's still up. But it still gives you energy. It gives you energy. So there are actually 2 times during the day. This is where Surya is a little nice to us. Because after going through Surya Muhurta, and then Brahma Muhurta, and then the next Muhurta, 3 Muhurtas, That's about 3 hours before sunrise. Then, it's about 3 hours before sunrise. And then you have to face a day of work. Well, the next 2 day muhurtas you should sleep. Yeah. And that is in any yoga. If you do any yogic exercise or anything, and if you don't rest after you've done it, you lose the benefit. Because your mind does not work as fast as you think. I'm already telling you, inside, outside, and everything, you have to rest. Be comfortable, and then it calculates. And then all your exercises or all your studying or everything, it will go deep within you. Sometimes you study so much, don't go to the next thing. Just rest. Day rest is important. What is it? Nikola Tesla, and I think Benjamin Franklin, they slept during the day. Certain periods for just small amount of times. So the next 2 muhurtas right after sunrise, good time to sleep. At that point, you allow a different type of air from Surya to come in. It's an air that gives muscles. Yes, it's the air of really good, strong work. All the farmers around here, they know that they can work really hard all the way up until a little bit after midday. And then they start not being able to work so hard. That's natural. And that's how it should be. This is the really forceful air that comes. You rest a little bit, you let that air come in, then you get going, and you go to work all day long. And then after lunch, there's the whole process after lunch. You should not go rest before you make sure that the food's getting digested nicely. But don't just eat and then rest. But there's another one. Around, I think I calculated about 2:40. Here in my latitude of 27 north, it's about 2:40 in the afternoon. You take rest until about 4:10. So that gives another type of air. It's like a more calming type of air. See, now you can see. I'm going from a meditation, a spiritual thing, and I must rest. Because I have to, I got to exchange with the outer world, which isn't in such a spiritual meditation mood. And I have to be able to communicate with other people. So rest. Take some rest. Let your body absorb that air. Why? Because that air almost makes your body like inflate. It like inflates your body. The air after the sunrise will inflate your body. But this is only if you've done the meditative type, the Brahma Muhurta, and then the next Muhurta. You almost done 2 hours of meditations and everything. And then you should take some rest and let that sink deep within you. After sinking deep within you, then you're fit for work. And then again after eating lunch, a little bit after, or here 2:40. Yeah, here around 2:40. You take another rest. And that is also a different type of air. That's not so forceful type of air. That's like the meeting. That's like, I'm going home. I'm going to eat. I'm going to be with the family. That's like a very nice air. So, and then once this passes also, it's at sunset, it's a confusion. It's just a type of confusion that passes over because the sun has gone. The living entities are all wanting the sun, but now the sun is gone. So it's a time of confusion, and one, if they're going to eat at night, should wait until 3 Muhurtas. No, let's see. Is it 3 Muhurtas? Yeah, 3 Muhurtas. Around 3 Muhurtas. 2 or 3 Muhurtas. You don't have to be exact. That's what's good about the Muhurtas. They're human. They're not mechanical. Yeah, they're not mechanical. So, when you get into that area of the night, after sunset, it's best to wait until about 2 Muhurtas after. So around here, that's around 7:30. And then you can sit peacefully and eat at night. And it sits well. The sun going down and everything, it just makes a confusion. It's like you're changing activities, you're changing mentality, you're in amongst people who you probably haven't seen all day long and everything. So it's better just to not eat. Either eat before sunset, but you're not that hungry, or else eat 2 muhurtas after sunset. And that would take you all the way through. Sleeping at around 9 or 10. Sleeping it out at 9 or 10, and then you will hit deep sleep. A deep sleep is another air. It's like a cleanup air. In the delta, if you are able to get in the delta, if you look at one of these things too long, then you can't get into delta. But if you're able to get in the delta, then the deep sleep is so beneficial. Cleans up this brain so much. Relaxes everything. If during about 2 to 3 muhurtas, that means 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, around there, and before 1 o'clock. If you were to wake up at that time, you would feel energized. Totally energized. You're totally energized. Because it's such a cleanup. If you did it right. It's such a cleanup. And that coordinates with Ras Leela. They would run out at that time. They could be with the family and everything, go to the town hall and meet everybody, and then go to their house and sleep about 3 hours, and they're ready. They're ready to what? Sing, dance, and have fun. That's Ras Leela. These are just points that are part of human life, trying to coordinate it with our regular everyday life that nobody wants to follow. Nobody wants to follow it, but some do, and become more aware. You can't become aware of what this is out here. You can't coordinate the inside and the outside. And that creates great confusion. Too much use of the inside, the just study, study, study. If you take that study and apply it on the outside, you can coordinate things. Yeah. You can come more in a human state. I hope this gave some insight. I've never done something so long and everything. But remember, just starting off, you can Pramari. That's that type of, that really gets the Om will vibrate in your ears just so. You put your thumbs way in your ear and you'll just feel that Om just vibrating. But it's not limited just to the Om. But it is a very deep 300 hertz. The first of the chakras down. 300 hertz. And this, you can see it'll just vibrate the whole body from the lower part all the way up to your nose. So of course it's connecting. It's communications. This is your communications with the rest of your body. Don't think the body knows everything. Don't even think you know everything. But whatever. Okay. I just hope. And you can leave a link for that swan, the voice of the swan. But you can look it on the Googles and you can see so many. And a swan is a perfect representative because the swan marries once, and that's it. The rest of its life, it's with that mate. And they're together the rest of their life. So it's like a perfect example of how we should be. And so they're used because there's such a clean, even Rupa Goswami writes a book of Lalita talking to a swan and sending him to Mathura because she wants to know about Krishna. And she tells him all the difficulties and what you'll have to go through. And it's incredible. The Hamsa Duta by Rupa Goswami. Duta means messenger. So Hamsa Duta. I'm sending you to Mathura, and we want you to come back and tell us all about what has happened to Krishna and what he's thinking, what he's going to do. And so, thank you very much. I hope that's